Hey guys, what's going on? It's JCWgamer here. Welcome back to another video, and I'm a bit late to this one because I was a bit tired yesterday. I was going to do it last night. You can probably tell if you watched my live stream on The Last of Us 2. Yeah, I was quite tired. But, yeah, no, I need to do this video because this is to do with The Walking Dead, and it's to do with our favourite character. I'm pretty sure for literally 99% of the Walking Dead game community, Clementine. Okay, Robert Kirkman years ago actually said that the Walking Dead Telltale games, none of the characters, any of the the story, just the game really, would be carried over into the TV series / comics. There wouldn't be a crossover, is what I'm trying to say, into the Walking Dead comic universe. See, Robert Kirkman was quite clever about that one. He said that Clementine or the game characters would never cross over into the comics, but he never said that they couldn't potentially have their own comics. So Clementine having her own comic, the best character to choose, who is still alive in the game, was a clever idea because she's not crossing over into the comics, she's having her own comic, which is pretty cool. Cheeky little twat. But now, it looks like Clementine will 100% be going into the comic universe, or it could be a new game. I don't know when the final Walking Dead comic came out, but it's issue 193. It's been awarded for like the best ongoing comic series as well. I haven't actually read all of them. I've got the first one. So what's interesting with the end of the Walking Dead comics is Robert Kirkman's favourite character, Negan, was teased to have his own comic at the end of the Walking Dead comics in general, because it ended and then it said at the end, P.S. Negan lives. Well, obviously that had to mean something, right? So it did mean something. Negan had his own comic. Like, he didn't just say, oh, P.S. Negan lives for the sake of it. And the comic was literally called Negan Lives. And interestingly enough, at the end of that comic, out of the blue, like, if you read the Walking Dead comics and you're not a fan of the games, you're just going to be so confused. If you've never heard of the games, or you've never heard of a character from the Telltale game series, I mean, it has its own community in some ways. But at the end of Negan Lives, it says, P.S. Clementine lives. That's literally for us gamers out there, for the Walking Dead Telltale series community, and obviously for the people that read the comics who also play the games as well. I didn't think Clementine was one of Robert Kirkman's, I wouldn't say favourite characters, but I didn't know if he was actually a fan of the Telltale series too much, because, I don't know, he just didn't talk much about it, and especially how he said there would definitely never be a crossover. Negan Lives is over now, so that's it. So I feel like he wanted to expand the Walking Dead universe a bit more, so he thought, you know what, this would make some money. A lot of us have been waiting for some sort of news to do with The Walking Dead, even though it's just not clear to everyone that the final season is literally got the final season in the title. So he was like, I guess screw it, I'm going to bring Clementine into the comic universe, into my universe, or it could hint to a new game. He could have done any character from the TV series, but he just came out of Clementine, which is really interesting because, like I said, apparently Robert Kirkman said there would never be a crossover. However, this could mean that Clementine could, and I'm just saying could, make her way into the TV series. And the reason I say this, by the way, is because when the Walking Dead TV series finishes, obviously it's based off the comics, so it's following the comics. I don't know what the TV series is up to in the comics, like what issue it's up to. But when it ends, I reckon Negan Lives is going to have his own spin-off series, TV series, just like the spin-off comic is going to be obviously based off the comic. So there'll be a TV series called The Walking Dead Negan Lives. It's got a few more spin-offs, like Fear the Walking Dead is another TV series from Robert Kirkman, and now there's a new one called The Walking Dead New World or something. I reckon that after The Walking Dead's actually finished, like the main series, just The Walking Dead, Negan Lives will make an appearance into the TV drama universe from AMC. If Negan Lives happens, there's definitely going to be a TV series of Clementine on her own. So I don't think she 100% will not show up in The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead, or I don't know if I think that's over now, but The Walking Dead New World won't show up in any of them. If Negan Lives has his own TV series, I literally am so convinced that Clementine will have her own TV series. Also, The Last of Us is having its own TV series made as well, which will be coming out next year, I believe. It's going to be sick. If you can get, actors for Joel and Ellie, I reckon there will be some actress out there that looks like Clementine. I mean, it wouldn't look exactly like Clementine. Apparently, Macy Williams said she would love to play Ellie from The Last of Us, and she doesn't look too like Ellie, but I reckon her attitude would be just like Ellie's. You don't have to look just like Clementine. There's loads of Clementine cosplayers out there that kind of looks like Clementine. There's not one cosplayer of anyone I've ever seen that looks just like the character. I mean, of course, there's a load of lookalikes, yeah, but there's not one that looks just like that I've seen that's cosplayed that looks like Clementine. If Negan Lives happens, there's going to be like petitions out there for the TV series of Clementine Lives. Like the people are doing it with now, because the Last of Us TV series has been confirmed. There's already people like saying who would look good to play Joel, Ellie. So like Macy Williams, a lot of people are wanting Macy Williams, and there's an actor for Joel that people are really wanting to have as well, but I can't remember who he is. But the same thing's going to happen with Clementine. The community is going to look for like perfect actors for Clementine that could play her. But like I said, I don't think there's going to be someone that's going to look just like Clementine, like Macy Williams. She'll have the personality of Ellie, but she won't quite sound like her or like look like her. It's a game, like it's a character that is being made from the imagination. It's going to be almost impossible to find that actress. Apart from the TV series that could potentially happen, it's definitely 100% going to be a comic book, right? Because it wouldn't make sense. Like, people read the comics and says, oh, P.S. Clementine Lives. Like, oh, another comic. By the way, this wouldn't have happened if coronavirus wasn't a thing, because apparently Negan Lives was made because Robert Kirkman knew that the comic book industry wasn't doing well because of, obviously, the pandemic, so he made Negan Lives, and now it's just led on to make Clementine Lives. It can't be a game, because he wouldn't put it at the end of a comic book. So Clementine will have her own comic book. And Skybound was talking about how there'll be more Walking Dead games in the future, and we didn't know what it was going to be. We thought obviously it would be in the same universe as Clementine, but Clementine wouldn't make an appearance. But I reckon that they could make a game version of this comic book like they did with the Walking Dead Michonne. It was based off a part of the comic book with Michonne when she was on her own. That was actually portrayed not long ago in the TV series, actually. Skybound, the next game, could be Clementine Lives. Well, the video game, you know, it could be, yeah, it'd be based off the comic book of Clementine Lives, and the game might not even be called Clementine Lives, but the Walking Dead Michonne was literally just called The Walking Dead Michonne, so I don't know what they could call it. It definitely won't be called The Walking Dead Season 5 or A Fatal Frontier. But yeah, Robert Kirkman made Negan Lives because Negan's his favourite character, so the fact he's saying Clementine Lives must be one of his favourite characters as well, and that's not even a character he developed himself. Another thing I want to talk about is in the Walking Dead Definitive Edition, we received a poster. You could get a signed version, or if you got the Guardian Edition, it's not signed. Anyway, apart from that, the poster itself looks very comic book style, and I reckon if Robert Kirkman makes this, it will look a bit like this design. Yeah, I was like, why is it not actually Clementine? Like, why is it like very comic book style, Robert Kirkman style? So I reckon it could take inspiration of this. Maybe it was teased all this time. Maybe this is a teaser for Clementine Lives. I haven't even put mine up yet. I'm waiting for a frame for it because I love The Walking Dead that much. As you can see in this poster, AJ's in it. Would AJ be in it? I don't know who was in the Negan Lives comic. Obviously, Negan was in it, but I don't know if it had like new characters. I don't know if it was still characters on the original Walking Dead comic. So I reckon Clementine could be in this new universe. It'd be like a new universe. We won't see any of our, you know, favorite characters from the game. It would just be Clementine. Maybe it'll be brand new characters, or it'll be characters in the TV series that we get mixed along with, or it could also have characters from the game like with AJ. In the ending of the final season, we learn about this caravan group, and I'm like, what? There's going to be people. There's people in a caravan, and we're going to find out who it is. We never found out who's in this caravan. Maybe this is a lead on to Clementine Lives, and we'll find out who is in this caravan. Maybe we'll meet Negan. I didn't read the Negan Lives comics, so I don't know how that ended. I take it he didn't die at the end of the Negan Lives comic. A lot of people's like, because this is confirmed, like Clementine is 100% coming back. But people's like, Robert Kirkman, you're like the master of The Walking Dead. Please do not ruin anything to do with Clementine, like AKA kill her at the end of this. Like, her ending for the final season was phenomenal, was absolutely perfect. It was like at the happiest ending ever. The thing is though, right, if this does carry on from the game, it could start like with like how AJ saves her. There's already like a theory video out there, like, because we saw like a lot of stuff in the barn. It obviously hinted like how AJ got her out, like with the rope and stuff. Yeah, he got her out. It made sense. But yeah, it could portray that in the comics. If it does carry on after the game, will Clementine only have her one leg? That's something to consider. Unless she gets some sort of metal leg, like I remember AJ saying, oh, he could make Clementine a leg in the end of the final season. I don't know if that will happen. That actually makes me think it's not going to be canon to the games, because she's definitely going to have 2 legs. Unless she does get a leg made for her. It would take too much up of the comic. I don't know how long Negan Lives was. Hopefully it's a long comic. I take it would be the same length as Negan Lives. Robert Kirkman like has the rights to all of The Walking Dead. So you may be wondering like, oh, wait, is Skybound got approval of this? Telltale? they don't need it because he owns all of it. I remember he took down this mobile game company because they failed to pay him. So yeah, he owns everything. So he could do whatever he wants with his character that we know and love. But he's played all the games. He knows like he knows about this community, and he knows like we do not want anything bad to happen to like he'll do what's right with her. At least she's coming back. Like, we've been waiting for something. We've been waiting for ages, you know. I don't know what I'm gonna do for a video of it though when it comes out. Like, should I just read it all to you guys? I don't know if I can do that though. I don't know if I'm allowed. Like, I don't know if I can show you guys like the picture. I don't know actually. I'll like review it after. I'll talk about it after I finish it. That'll be allowed on YouTube. That won't get striked. Also, another thing to consider is this is what we had issues with the leaks of the Walking Dead Fatal Frontier, aka Season 5, when that was announced. I'll put a link in the description or on end screen, me talking about this new supposed leaked game that was meant to come out, which didn't. It was confirmed false from Skybound. Basically, A Fatal Frontier was meant to have Kenny in it. No matter what your choices were, he was going to be in it. So basically, if there is going to be the same characters like Lewis and Violet in this new comic, one of them could have died. This comic ain't going to be canon to everyone unless it's an interactive choice comic. Like, go to page 62 for this choice, you know what I mean? That could be cool. It can't be a prequel to like in between season 2 and 3 or season 3 and 4 because it's called Clementine Lives. Obviously, if it's in between them 2 seasons, we already knew that she lived because of season 4. So it's obviously going to be set after season 4. So she might be 18 years old because she's 17 in season 4. It depends what the time skip is. Hopefully he like keeps her like 17, maybe like based a few months after season 4. Maybe at the end of the Clementine comic as well. Like, what's he going to do after it's ended? So in the end, I reckon there'll be another PS. It could be like another character lives on the TV series. I don't know, like maybe PS Michonne lives, and obviously that's a character from the TV series and also the game as well. Obviously there was the Walking Dead Michonne, so I think that'd be perfect to do Michonne lives. I think in the Walking Dead comics it was just an era where it was like just based on Michonne for a long time, like it did with the TV series. Like a whole episode was based on her. They could definitely put PS Michonne lives, and also that makes sense for both the game community and the TV series community. It could be another character. It could be like Negan lives again. I know, PS Judith lives, so it'd be based off Judith. This could also mean that Clementine could come back in the next comic, or it could be another character from the game, like PS Lewis lives, or PS AJ lives. That'd be sick. But if this is based off anything to do with this Walking Dead Definitive Edition poster, because we never saw this scene in the game, right? If it is to do with it, that means AJ will definitely be in this comic. I mean, AJ can be in the comic. Of course, the characters can be in the comic, but obviously it won't be canon to the game. Clementine still has her leg. I saw a fan-made poster. I put it on screen now. It looks perfect for like the front cover. It looks pretty cool. There's not much discussion on this on YouTube as well. I've only seen 2 videos on it, which is quite interesting. But I definitely think like a choice-based comic would be sick. There is choice-based comics actually out there. There definitely is with novels, you know, like Bandersnatch. That's a great example. But whatever it is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be very hyped. Like Clementine, it's been a year since season 4 ended, and we're already getting something to do with Clementine. This community, there's always like discussion on this game constantly, every day. Like there's loads of Discord chats, Reddit is incredible. The community is insane. I think it's definitely more active than the TV series. I think that's why he's doing it. I reckon one day he was like, oh, look at how Telltale Games are doing. Yeah, there can't be any more discussion on Clementine or this game. Goes on Reddit, he's like, wow, okay, well, I'm making a comic. Money! Anyway, guys, that's going to be it. So thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this comic and what you think could happen in this comic, what the storyline could be. And, you know, everything I've talked about, just have a discussion about it. Like, let me know also, like, will this be canon? Will it not? Will we have certain characters in it? Certain characters that won't be in it? Will we find out who was in the caravan? Let me know. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you for watching. If I had to give like a release date for this comic or game, I definitely think it's a comic, but unless Robert Kirkman makes his own game, that'd be sick. Negan Lives came out a year after The Walking Dead's comics finished, because issue 193, the final comic, ended on the 3rd of July 2019. Negan Lives came out on the 1st of July 2020, so pretty much a year. So this comic, Clementine Lives, could potentially come out July 2021. Could come out earlier, could come out earlier. Like I said, guys, thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one.